Here's a stir fry that you can just forget about the main ingredient altogether. You can put whatever you want in it. Most importantly, it's about the pantry ingredients and what these two ingredients will just punch into your stir fry in terms of flavor. It's a stir fry that's perfect for using up all your leftovers. Welcome back to Wok Wednesday, and this is a classic Wok Wednesday, but with that extra level of detail, because I'm going to start with these sort of quite obscure ingredients that are pantry ingredients in most Chinese households. This here is actually a pickled choi, which is actually a mustard green. And in Western cuisine, we get things like gherkins or capers and things like that. Absolutely, you can use those types of Western pickles to swap out. So the first thing you want to do is chop your pickled veg up. Because I want to use this pickle as the main driver of flavor, you want to use a fair bit of it. My dried shrimp, they've been soaking in hot water for about 10 minutes, just to soften up slightly. I've got some garlic here, just roughly chopped, and I'm going to place the garlic at 12 o'clock on my wok clock. So if you don't know what the wok clock is, we're starting at 12 o'clock, we're following all the way around with all my different ingredients so that I know what goes in when in my stir fry. I've got some red chilli, and this needs to be just roughly chopped. And these here are flowering Chinese chives. Got that bud on the end of them. Quite a weird, obscure ingredient that you probably won't have in your fridge as a leftover. But hey, School of Wok's a cookery school. We've got weird and wonderful ingredients here. Next up, I've got some squid. You could use whatever protein you want. Some people are a little bit worried about squid and cooking squid at home. You shouldn't be. It's so easy. The most important thing is quick cook is the simplest way. I'm gonna cut it in half and then into pieces and score the inside on diagonal cuts. So all I have to do now is make up a quick stir-fry sauce. So I've got here my chili bean paste, adding to some hoisin sauce there. And I'm gonna add some oyster sauce to that as well. Light soy sauce goes perfectly with your oyster sauce. And then a little bit of sugar to just sort of accentuate the sweetness of your hoisin sauce. My rice vinegar for a tint of sour. Sesame oil to finish off. And lastly, I've got some chicken stock here for when I need it in the stir fry. Time to get woking. This is the type of dish that you get in different types of dai pai dongs in Hong Kong. And a dai pai dong is like a street licensed store, the literal translation. These are like street restaurants, essentially, where the kitchens are outside on the streets and the wok burners are huge. And it's all about high heat and maneuvering that wok hay around the wok. So I want to make sure that my oil is smoking hot before I start. I'm going to start, as always, at 12 o'clock on my wok clock with my garlic and chili. Once you're smoking hot, the garlic and chili can go in. And you want it sort of hot enough that my chili skin starts to sort of blister quite quickly. You don't want to burn the garlic, so as soon as that changes colour, your pickled vegetables can go in. Whichever pickled vegetable you use. I've got the mustard greens here. Capers, gherkins, doesn't matter. It will add a punch of flavour, which is what we want. Now I'm cooking my pickled vegetables and my prawns quite close to the start of my wok clock, because essentially what you're trying to do is flavour the oil and the wok itself that would then flavour the rest of the stir fry. So my dried shrimp can go in now, and actually in Hong Kong, China, Macau, or most places in Southeast Asia, they have actually specialist shops that just sell different types of pickles or different types of dried seafood and dried fish, because our cuisine is so reliant on these sort of store cupboard, pantry ingredients that drive the rest of our food to taste so great, but with preserved foods. And that's why this is great for a leftover stir fry. Now I'm actually stir frying these ingredients for a good sort of 2 to 3 minutes before I add in the rest, which in more Western terms would say, you know, the next couple of ingredients were my main ingredients for this stir fry. Absolutely not. It's the base that counts. You'll start to smell this kind of sort of sour, sort of vinegary sort of flavor coming off the pickled vegetables. And that, to me, is when I know that pickled vegetable is turning from not, well, sort of just sour to more sort of sweet sour. You'll also start to notice that the prawn starts skipping around the wok. And that is telling me that any excess liquid that is sitting at the bottom of the wok has gone. At that point, push your ingredients to the back of the wok and then add a little bit of oil, about half a tablespoon. I'm gonna go for my squid next, just to sear really quickly. And I'm waiting for it to be super smoking hot before I lay that squid in. Try not to get too much of that water in there if you can help it. Squid's gonna curl up really quickly. Bring that over the top, there's vegetables over the top of your squid, and then just press into it, not moving your wok around too much at this point. Again, push to the back to allow space for your last bits. And that, for me, is my Chinese chive, my flowering chive. I want it to be smoking hot before I add these veg. Veg in, bring the rest of that stir fry together. Couple of flicks. And then back on the heat, allow that heat to really build up over the next sort of 20 to 30 seconds before you pour your sauce in. And what the reason for that is that I want to make sure it's so hot that that sauce, when it goes in, wants to jump out of the wok. Don't worry about burning, you'll smell it. And that doesn't smell burnt to me. I'm going to build that up for another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to get that round the edge before it goes into the middle of the stir fry. And then fold that through on that high heat. Don't toss the wok too much yet. The reason for that is I want to keep that smoking hot wok cooking this veg through. And I want that sauce to almost caramelize around all the ingredients. Again, give it another 10 seconds, and I'm going to pour some chicken stock in, just to create a bit of sauce that will be lovely to sort of mop up with a bit of steamed rice. Smoking hot all the way around, ready for your chicken stock. Again, just fold that through nice and easy. That vigorous boil will lift anything off the bottom of that wok, and you're ready to serve. Guys, if you liked the educational value of this stir fry video, there's loads more stir fry videos on the channel. Check them out. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, ding, hit that notification bell.